I don't know why that shit doing that. I'll spend more time. Mind Ascension, we back on it. We was talking about vibration, affirmations. We was talking about the differences. See, even right there, that's nature attracted to the energy. You gotta make everything divine. You gotta make everything divine. See, I don't run from certain aspects that I know that technically I create or I attract. I make them divine. When one day I'm walking down the street, the trees were still wet from rain from the day before. I'm walking, I'm in my book as I always am, not paying attention. A drop of water hit me right on my head. You know what I said right immediately in my mind? I've been anointed. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Instead of going, ew, what is, ugh, I don't know where that came from. You see what I'm saying? So we got to get out that human aspect. You got two choices. When you're in the human aspect, you're either going to be a warrior king or a king or a divine king. When you're in a God aspect, you're a divine being or you're a divine prophet. You see what I'm saying? These are the only way you should be thinking of yourself on this level. But anyway, I want to get back to the affirmation aspect. And I want to get back to knowing the differences between the words and the frequencies that we use when we want to attract things. All of us are always focused on wanting more money. You see what I'm saying? And the fact of the matter is, before you start utilizing certain objects, whether they're crystals, whether they're sigils and symbols, in order to attract certain things, get your mind right first. Start utilizing affirmations and the repetition of the specific words to program your subconscious to truly believe and understand that you are a magnet for that money or for that success. Secondly, understand that every word you use already has a frequency built into it, especially when it's based on other people that's been using it for decades or centuries. So the word money, what do you see? When you hear the word money, what do you see? You see fake fiat bills flying in the air, making it rain. You see stacks of money. You see stupid niggas with stacks of money to their ear, talking on the phone. This is ignorant Negro shit. Instead of me saying, I want money, I say prosperity. Because I know prosperity has a wider range of what it can attract and what it can be about. Whether it's land, resources, family, love, gold, silver, anything can be prosperous. But when I say money, I'm locking myself in a box of frequency. So I say that to say to this brother right here that we always building, and everything is levels. And when you want to create or magnetize yourself, you have to start from one level and go to the next based on the accumulation of vibration, based on the accumulation of intention. So you do that by a repetitious practice of saying certain words or saying a string of words that each have their own frequency. And when you put them together, it magnetizes them. So when I say I'm a money magnet, I create and attract money. Money is created and attracted by me. First of all, I'm saying I create money. That's number one. So even though I'm using a low frequency of the word money, I'm saying I'm a creator of what money is as a fiat currency. Now check out that word currency. Currency means power. Currency is an energy, and they call money a currency. So stop using the low frequency word and use the higher frequency word to attract a higher vibration, and then concentrate it by adding words around it. Now that's a low one. The higher one would be, I am prosperity, I am fortune, I am wealth. You see what I'm saying? These words are higher than money because they can mean any range of things that money can buy. They can mean any range of things that can be attracted or given to you or created by you without the use of money. Understand that it is the human being or the unit of person or individual that gives money its power. Money means nothing without somebody thinking that they need it. Food means nothing without you thinking that you need it. As some of y'all already know, I go days without eating at a time. I eat on the weekend. You know what I'm saying? I'm not no bony dude. But at the end of the day, my mind is what controls how my body reacts and works within this atmosphere and this third dimensional plane, because I know I'm not fucking human. That's my goal every day, is to leave humanity and stop having the same needs as the lowly human. Stop having the same ego as the lonely human. Having the need to look a certain way in order to project a certain energy, in order to get respected or acknowledged by anybody who's already below me as a human. You understand what I'm saying? So right now, my focus is letting y'all know how to be creators and how to be manifestors. Because unfortunately, as people of so-called color or melanin dominant people, what are we forced into every day? Work hard, work hard. You can't be shit without school. Go to school, get an education. But here's the facts. If you look at yourself after your emancipation in 1865 and you do the statistics, the amount of land ownership and the amount of property and the amount of black businesses and the amount of cities all over America that was ran and owned by black people was 10 times higher than it is now. You had Tulsas, you had Rosewoods, you had these towns and cities all over America based on illiterate black people who didn't have the education that you're able to get now, who didn't have the master degrees that you have now. So tell me, what's the difference? The difference was you were separated upon you not being good enough, but when they separated you, you concentrated yourself to such an extent that you went over their head, that you created things superior to them. And then what they had to do, they had to bomb you from the fucking sky. Talking about you eyeball the white woman or some dumb shit. Think about that. You're the first place in history to be bombed from the sky, not even during war. So how powerful it is when you separate from this recessive mindset and this sixth ether being who is a lower entity in itself on all levels. This has nothing to do with racism. This has to do with energy, and this has to do with the original root of this planet, and that's you. So when you concentrate your thought combined with your intentions and then have that group of other 9 ether beings around you doing the same thing, you magnetize yourself to such an extent that you don't have to fucking work hard. You know, they teach black children to work hard to go to school. But look at your billionaires. Are your billionaires college dropouts? Or do they all have master degrees?
College dropouts.
That ain't got shit to do with you.
Yeah, I thought it was my stone. I'm like, what the hell?
See, that's the energy trying to tell you, nigga. You going in, nigga. But think about that shit. Think about the Bill Gates. Think about all the white men who are billionaires. Think about this orange motherfucker in your office right now. Did he work hard? None of these motherfuckers work hard, but they keep telling you have to work hard. You know why? Because that's the same slave mentality that they told you when you was a slave. And now your parents is feeding you the same shit. Don't tell me nothing about a master degree, because I ran circles around niggas with master degrees dealing with the same knowledge I obtain now, based on the difference that education. Based on the difference that education and knowledge are 2 different things. Understand, education is limited upon what someone is willing to train you to do. Knowledge is not limited upon anything. It's only limited upon your will and your desire to accumulate more information, transfer it and apply it and make it wisdom. So we have to understand that when we take on the mindsets of not only just human beings, which we are the original human beings of this planet, but the mindset of a human being combined with mankind, a kind of man, okay, a 6 ether based being, we lower our frequency to the point that we depend all on the physical, but never on the mental or the spiritual, because mind is all. So I say that to relate right back to how we started this. My brothers and sisters out there that's looking at crystals, that's looking at certain sigils and symbols in order to accumulate and attract certain things you desire. Before you do that, use the thing that made that into existence in the first place, your mind. Your mind. Write down an affirmation and make it meticulous. Take your time with it. Don't write, I want money, I want lots of money, I want money now. Don't make it no simple, stupid shit. Take your time, think about it, and print on that paper. Put your intentions into it, and then start. God damn, what is all this shit going on with that? See, when I start talking, the fire's blazing. You see what I'm saying? This ain't no coincidence. Could be recording that now, fires everywhere and shit. But anyway, put your intentions into that affirmation. Use specific words that have a vibration and a frequency that's higher than the next. Money is the lowest. There's nothing lower than the word money. After that, you got fortune. After that, you got prosperity. So use the highest words possible and then put it in a repetitious loop in your head. Record it onto your phone. The same way that you can listen to this trash music all day long, talking about Molly and pills and all this dumb shit, and then you're wondering what it's doing to your brain. And then you're wondering how it's dictating your actions. Your actions is the same way that you can record your own voice saying what you desire within a loop, and then listen to it so you program your own subconscious. The key to all this entire reality is reprogramming your subconscious, because everything you seek physically comes from your mind in the first place. So if you are jumping over the need to reprogram your mind, you already lost. Because even when you obtain it physically, you'll lose it just as fast.
Mm-hmm.
But see, when you realize, holy shit, I don't need nothing. Wait a second. Let me try to go a day without water. Let me try to go a day without food. Let me try to go a day without looking fly. Matter of fact, let me put on the old jeans that I hate, and let me kill my ego today. Let me destroy
People have problems
my
with
ego.
that. People have problems with
You
that.
understand what I'm saying? Because it's your ego that creates the cage and the captivity.
Locks you in.
That's your humanity is your captivity. And you need to understand this, because in order to become a divine being, in order to become a God, you don't have to seek anything outside yourself. All you have to do is activate what already lies within.
Exactly.
And every single day, every time you watch the television, every time you're on social media, every time you see a bus go by with 5 white people on it and 1 black person in the middle who's the token, you're seeing subconsciously, whether you agree with it or not, subconsciously, you're taking into effect that you're a minority. You're taking into effect that when I see Everest College, I see a whole bunch of Negroes and Mexicans on the picture. But I don't see no pictures of people going to Yale. I don't see no commercials talking about Harvard, because they don't have to do that. But they're going to, I got 5 baby daddies. I can do it too. You can do it. I go to Apex. Nigga, who the fuck is this for? Is it for them or is it for you? You understand what I'm saying? And then you're getting put into debt.
Not even to say that. If you I went to go to Wild 'N Out. Tell you why Wild 'N Out says most of the crowd in here is unemployed crowd. I'm like, what the hell is this?
And look at Wild 'N Out though. Don't get me wrong, we love to be entertained.
Yeah.
But what the fuck is Wild 'N Out doing for your mind? What is it doing for your mind? You see a whole bunch of Negroes on stage. They got these girls, and by the way, look at the women in the background. Why is it that the exotic aspect dictates? If you notice, a rapper who ain't got no money, look at the women in his video, the first video he ever has the money to shoot. They're all dark complexion, brown complexion. The higher he goes up the ladder, the bonier they get, and the whiter or the Chinese or the Asian or anything else besides your black ass. Here's another fact, ladies, don't ever forget, what makes a woman exotic is a drop of you. Because think about that. When a man says he wants an exotic looking woman, what does he say? He wants a woman that's mixed with you. Because she can't be exotic without having that drop of melanin that gives her that tan skin, that gives her that chinky eye, that gives her that smooth look, that gives her that curly, wavy hair. But you don't want her to be pure, because you don't want to be too nappy, you don't want to be too dark. But at the end of the day, it is the black woman that gave birth to every race on this planet. That's fact. That's fact. So when y'all hear me say 6 to 22 strand helix, when y'all hear me say 7 to 9 ether follicle, I'm talking about the 9 branches that came out of the one origin, all. Look at these words. Origin, all. Who is the origin of all this shit? You. You see? Natural. Nature, all. Who is the nature of all things in this bitch? You. So understand, you need nothing outside yourself. Every crystal, every sigil, every symbol, every talisman, every copper ankh, every silver, every gold is nothing but a tool that you utilize to enhance what you already are.
Yeah,
Same
like,
shit with food.
Another thing, they saying when you're born, it's like, how do you think a baby's born? Like, you can have a baby, give it to a Spanish person. The baby gonna be talking Spanish. They said you're already born with everything that you need to know. They like, people are just, you know what I mean? You're already, so as soon as you come out, you're already born with learn how to speak 7 languages.
That's called intelligence.
Yeah, so
because intelligence, see, that's a good point you just brought up, brother. I want to bring up 2 good points right now. A baby in the womb is fashioned from the embryo all the way up to when they have a complete body, 9 months by the mother and herself. Every word, every thought, every sound, every vibration that mother experiences or hears gets absorbed into the child. What do I mean by this? I mean that your child can learn your language before they're even born. I mean that your child can take on your temperament as a woman before they're even born. So what am I saying? Brothers and sisters. Brothers, when you leave our women out there to have their incubation system, which is the incubation system for all humanity, which is their womb, and they're in a place alone, and they're stressed out, they don't know where this is gonna come from, they trying to medicate themselves with alcohol, with Hennessy, with weed, or whatever the case is, and maybe you're not around to a certain extent, and now they have to substitute certain things to help themselves get through being alone or whatever. That child is absorbing all of that shit. And that is contributing to that child's attitude, temperament, and even their sex. I'll tell you another thing. When you are overly sexualized while you are incubating that human being in your body, that child is being sexualized. So I'm going to put it to you like this. You a heterosexual woman. You have a child incubating in your body for 9 months. You ain't got nothing but dick on your mind. Not only do you got nothing but dick on your mind, you might be getting dick. You might be getting dick on the regular, who knows? But guess what? You got a boy inside your belly. So now that boy is absorbing all your desires and fantasies of penis. That boy is absorbing all the chemicals that secrete from your brain during your orgasm, during your climax. Because you gotta understand, every drug that's in existence today exists in your body. Dopamine is in your brain. Speed and adrenaline is in your brain. Oxytocin is in your brain. All these things is what makes ecstasy, Molly, heroin, all this shit is in your body.
Release the dopamine.
So when you're doing something excessive that stimulates the parts of your brain that secretes these chemicals, it goes into the fucking baby. Why do you think when you study your ancient African tribes, or not even ancient, you could study the tribes today that's still in Africa, they don't fuck their wives while their wives are completely pregnant. They don't. And this goes into another thing that y'all women gonna hate, polygamy. Because at the end of the day, if you're pregnant, you cannot provide for me the same way that you can, because now I have to pay attention to you at a higher level. I have to neglect my needs and put your needs first, and then you're not physically capable of doing certain things that I might need for my wife.
Exactly.
So I'm not promoting this shit. I'm giving y'all the science and I'm giving y'all the logic.
Facts.
And this is where your sister wife came in. And we ain't just talking about sex. We're talking about intimacy. There's going to be times where you're going to be napping all day long. All day long. You know what I'm saying? And I'm still a man. I still need my nurturing. I still need my soothing. I still need my baby is going to be okay. Or you had a hard day. I still need that.
Or get your, or even you better get your ass up. You got to your ass up. You got to, you know what I mean?
It's not
backbone.
Sex.
Yeah.
It's not only sex. But I don't want to make this a polygamy video. But the bottom line is, I'm gonna cut this short because I know my phone be acting up. The bottom line is, y'all, we are creators, we are manifestors. What makes us divine beings is what makes us gods is the fact that we create our reality with our subconscious. Here's the problem. Who's controlling your subconscious? Who controls your preference in a lover or in a companion? Who controls what you think success is? Who controls what you think beauty is? Who controls what you think is the way to achieve success, whether it's physical hard work, lockdown? Because remember, anything physical creates a lockdown. If you are a spiritual being having a human experience, why the fuck you want everything around you to be physical? Why do you want anything to achieve something to be more hard work, more muscle-bound shit, more labor? That locks you down into the physical. So you'll never ascend or expand into the spiritual to where you'll be able to create like magic. You want to talk about black girl magic? Black girl magic is creativity that comes directly from the right brain. That comes directly from the ability to see garbage and automatically see a centerpiece for my house. See, that's the magic that y'all need to be focused on, not the bullshit of trying to imitate me by having muscles, going to the gym, working 60 hours a week, trying to tell me what you're able to do by the imitation of myself. That's not how it works, because we're compliments, because if you imitate me, you make me obsolete. Understand that. If you try to prove to me that you can do what I do, I become obsolete to you, and therefore I have one choice left, become your bitch. And with certain men, that's not going to happen. Nope. And now you're rejecting them based on their masculine nature. And this also goes into the fact that they're destroying, obliterating, decimating the masculine energy on all levels, white and black. They want to demonize the masculine energy, which is change, which is the positive charge, which is initiation, which is activation. I must pursue you. That's my job. Don't demonize me for pursuing you. Demonize me when you tell me to stop and I don't stop. That's when you demonize me. But don't demonize me for being able to change your mind. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm here to do. I'm here to change your mind.
Good thing. As you know, I have a business.
Yes, sir.
I live in a crib where everybody indulges in, you know what I mean, marijuana.
Yeah.
Now, I'm doing a business that I've tried to bring one of my boys in to a long time ago. He don't want to deal with it. He didn't want to step up, so I'm bringing somebody else into it. So he comes to me now and says, I don't feel comfortable with no one cooking in my kitchen. Bro, First of all, it's a house full of males.
Yeah.
It's a female coming in here. What's the problem, bro? You seem real gay right now, bro. You see what I'm saying? And I'm looking, just what you said. Don't be mad at, demonize me for trying to get you, understand? And this is not for no bad reason. It's for my business that I've been working on.
That you made a change. You made a change.
You see what I'm saying? He's sitting there playing video games.
He resented that change based on his feminine energy, which is spite. Notice today, and I know y'all women can agree. Listen, if y'all know me, I get on men and I get on women. Ain't nobody out of this shit. Men have become the new bitches.
Yep.
They have become the new bitches.
Yes, sir.
They are spiteful, okay? They are emotional, okay? And combined with that spite and that emotion, they still possess testosterone. Yep. This is why now, what just happened in Juve, which was it last year or the year before, some dumb nigga shot a woman because she wouldn't dance with him. So now your ego gets bruised and you're ready to kill based on your overall testosterone.
He said you're judging my character. He's like, you're making my character feel funny. What the hell?
And see, that's weakness.
You've been my friend since junior high, bro.
Yeah.
And the thing is, we've learned how to build a business in junior high together. It was called Project Power. We was doing things together. So now I'm trying to, I'm trying to do the same thing. You see what I'm saying? And you just on some straight, I don't feel comfortable with someone cooking in my kitchen.
Brother, hold on now.
It's crazy.
We talked about this before. I told you, when you get to a certain level of energy and frequency, you're going to make other people sick around you. That's another level of him being sick. He's getting sick. And what he's asking you to do is for you to get sick so he can heal. Because once you get sick, you'll begin to deprive and sacrifice your own manhood or your own masculine energy to preserve and sustain his feminine. So what he's telling you is, motherfuckers, I liked it the way it was before. Now you don't come in here changing shit. You got this woman in here cooking. You got people in here helping this business that even though I rejected it, you know what I'm saying? That's another thing, by the way. No accountability. See, a man's nature is to hold himself accountable. As soon as I show you something that don't make sense as a man because you're left brain and logical, immediately you go, oh shit, I ain't gonna lie. That mean, like you did it when we was talking here before, and you was talking about your baby mother, your child's mother, and I expressed something to you. I said, listen, you know, with women, you so and so. You was like, I ain't gonna lie, I did kind of do that. That's accountability immediately. You don't have to force a man to be accountable. But if you notice when you talk to the feminine, because she feels before she thinks, because she experiences before she accumulates information and knowledge, immediately she's like, well, wait a second. That's not how I feel, or that's not how, that wasn't me.
He acts like a little
Exactly.
Kid. He acts like he's not a male. Like, he's like, don't be raising your voice at me. What the hell?
Yeah.
Bro, I grew up with you when you was yelling at me. You're weird now.
Now, here's the thing, though. At the end of the day, here's the fact. Anytime a real man has a problem with something, he changes it. Whether he changes it by removing himself, whether he changes it by replacing something with something else, but the fact is, he changes it.
Yeah.
Anytime you're dealing with someone who presents a complaint, what are they doing? They're presenting you the opportunity to change it. So when I come to you and say, listen, I don't like this, I don't like that. What am I waiting for you to do? What am I waiting for you to say?
Or either have me go against the grain and then have a situation to complain about like a little bitch.
Either way, it's change, but it's change being provoked from him presenting the complaint, presenting his dislike of something, which is what? A feeling. You understand I'm trying to connect it? Mm-hmm. He's using how he feels in that moment. He's presenting it to you. And then he's waiting for you to say, all right, well, she ain't never going to come back. Or,
I fixed it. I fixed it.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And this is the thing. Do that with your woman. But when it come to men, understand the type of energy you're dealing with, because the fact of the matter is, your woman gives you life.
Yeah.
Man ain't gonna give you no motherfucking life. Now, there's dudes out there that just grew up and that just are in a feminine way. And I'm not gonna lie, this current society makes it worse because what they're doing is they're making being feminine a good thing. They're making being emotional and accepting.
He calls the cops on people, my nigga.
He does? Oh shit.
You know, bro, he's like, I won't hit you. I'm gonna call the cops. I'm just bro, it's somebody I grew up with from junior high school, bro. Like, we were in the same school fighting.
On people and shit.
I'm like, son, what is going on with you, bro? Like, he's weird.
In this
he
current
sits home,
era,
he plays a video game, Call of Duty. When I went to go pay him his rent money, he go run to go pay his Verizon, he go run to go buy Call of Duty. He sits in the house.
And back to it. He's a sustainer.
He's a
sustainer.
What is life doing for you?
Yeah, he's a sustainer, bro. And we got to know the difference. And we got to understand that we in a current society that is raising our sons and raising our boys to walk away, raising our boys to accept certain things, let it roll off your back, raising our boys it's okay to cry, raising our boys it's okay to be sensitive, and all of this nonsense. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying a man shouldn't be able to express his emotions.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is,
it's a certain time, bro.
It's 80% logic and 20% emotion. That is the correct balance for the masculine energy. A woman is 80% emotion, 20% logic. That is the correct balance for the feminine energy. So when you meet a man, this goes for ladies, all of that. Notice the flags, ladies, because I notice with a lot of y'all don't notice flags. Y'all don't pay attention to the things that y'all see. And y'all disregard it, especially since you're in a society that teaches you that it's okay to do so. So notice the flag. When you see a man utilizing his emotion beyond his 20%, you're like, well, wait a second. We talked about this already once. You still going on with this? He's going over his 20%. Because a man states the problem, states the solution, finds either a compromise or a disagreement, and then changes it. He'll go, all right, well, obviously we don't agree. See you later. I ain't fucking with you no more. Oh, he goes, all right, listen, you understand what I'm saying? You agree with what I'm saying? Okay, let's change it together.
Let me throw something in it. I did have, like you said, my girl, and I did have my side chick or whatever. But when my main chick was really getting fed up to the point where, you see what I'm saying? I cut her off. Yeah. And the whole thing about it was, oh, you didn't cut her off for me. Who the hell I'm doing it for? Oh, you cut her off because of this, you cut her off because of that. No, I did it because you said you wanted to. My whole thing about it, I'm happy she came around because you start to realize shit. You start to realize your fuck-ups. So now, when I cut her off, you jump right back into the fuck-ups. Oh, you could go back to her. You could go back. You could do this. You could do that. Instead of you sitting there saying, you know what? I see where I fucked up. I'm not going to do that again. But she rather just, her brain, as you said, it didn't, as soon as I stopped messing with her, it jumped right back into that. Or if she wanted to retaliate,
it never left. It never left. And you gotta remember, the feminine lives in moments.
Yeah,
y'all live in moments, man.
Yeah.
Y'all could disagree, y'all could whatever, but on a Tuesday, you don't feel the same way you feel on a Wednesday. Y'all live in moments. Remember, the masculine is one direction. He's not all directions. He's not indecisive. By the way, this is another flag how you know when you're dealing with a feminine man. Because a feminine man is indecisive. He's in all directions at once. He can't make a decision very quickly. And even if he does make the decision quickly, he regrets it later. Why do you regret it later? Because you're in a different moment.
Guess what? When I was talking to the dude and I had that rent money in my pocket, I'm like, yo, shorty's gonna come through, da-da-da. He's like, oh, I'll think about it. So now when I sit there and I talk to him, he said, oh, didn't I say I think about it? I'm looking at you like, you a little hoe, son.
That's your woman, dog.
Nah, he's a little bitch.
I'm just saying, dog, what I'm saying is, you living with him, technically.
Not son.
I'm saying bipolarity, because check it out. Let me break this down real quick, then we're gonna cut it short. Understand, gender and polarity are two laws within the seven. The reason why they're different is because gender is based on the physical. Polarity is based on the energy. So I'm gonna put this for everybody. Fellas, ladies, you ever notice the more feminine or the more masculine you are, you seem to attract friends or people or co-workers that are the opposite of you to an extent? I see it in my life all the time. I attract certain type of men or young brothers who's looking for their masculinity, who's accepting that they might have feminine ways, but the fact of the matter is they're more emotional. Yeah. And then as I show them certain things to connect the dots, they go, oh shit, I'm not gonna lie, I do that, da-da-da-da. And then they can begin to change. Here's the funny thing, when they begin to change or even raise their masculinity, I stop seeing them that much. And then next thing you know, I attract a newness. So what I'm saying is, polarity is nothing but the energy. So if I'm a feminine man, guess what kind of woman I attract? I attract a masculine woman. I attract a woman who makes all my decisions. I attract a woman who's quick to jump up and fight for me, but I'm quick to be passive for her. I attract a woman who is in a more dominant role than I am. Now, don't take dominant and submission as anything bad or good. We're talking about levels of energy that dictate and that denote your function and your ability and your nature within your gender. This is why polarity and gender go together. You see what I'm saying? Because that energy is supposed to match what your function and your design is. So if you're a woman your physical anatomy and design is not meant for hard labor. But if you try to do hard labor 60 hours a week, guess what's going to happen to your body? Your body is going to degenerate, and guess what? You're going to change the way you dress, you're going to change the way you look, and you're going to start saying stupid shit like, well, it's about what's in. If the nigga can't see my inner beauty, well, niggas still want to fuck with me. You're going to start saying stupid shit like that because you know in order to continue doing that hard labor, you're going to have to take on the traits and characteristics of the masculine energy. So then you become more niggerish. You become more careless. I don't give a fuck. Savage as fuck. Petty as fuck.
If I even